Hey everyone, it's Kyan here. I've decided at long last to make another makeup video. I have been wanting to do this for a long time, but I kind of just like hate filming myself. I feel a little bit awkward on camera, and I get a bit too in my head about trying to make things perfect, which then makes me not do it at all. But I've gotten so many messages over the years from my lovely BPS community about how much my makeup videos have helped you. And some people have even told me that finding my like super old, not very good videos in my opinion, my really old videos on YouTube is what made them realize that they had gave them the name for the condition, which then led them to like our various like groups we have online and stuff. So I think that's really cool, and I think that it's something that I should do for you guys, even if it makes me feel a little awkward, and I'll probably like get used to it. Yeah, so basically what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do very little editing, if any, and it's just gonna be a really long video. And what I'm gonna do is I want to get as much done as I can. So I'm gonna do as many makeup looks as I feel like until I don't want to do it anymore. And what I'm gonna do is one eye off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and then like recreate it and show you how I did it. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm really sick right now, so I apologize for my really nasally voice, and I might be like coughing or sniffling or sneezing or something. So I'm not like really feeling or looking my best right now, but I actually had some free time. I'm a mother of a wonderful 2-year-old, and I'm usually pretty busy with her. So yeah, had some free time, gonna do this, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to say was I'm gonna go from like most simple to most dramatic and try and do like a wide range of possibilities and kind of like show you different methods and techniques, because I'm like always changing how I do my makeup. I don't even really have like one specific way of doing it. It's kind of just like based on my mood, and sometimes I like really simple, sometimes I don't wear any makeup at all, sometimes I like super dramatic. Yeah, and oh yeah, the one thing I was gonna show you first actually is eyebrows, because eyebrows alone can change your face so much. So as you can obviously tell, I pluck off the tail ends of my eyebrows. I've been doing this on and off since I was like a teenager. Sometimes I grow them back, but I am sure people can relate to the struggles of BPS eyebrows. I don't know if you guys, it just feels like the bane of my existence sometimes. Because they normally go like, my natural eyebrows go down like this, so it just gets really droopy, and I honestly think it looks good on some people. I don't necessarily think like all our eyebrows look bad. It's just for me personally, I feel like it kind of drags my features down, and just my own personal style, as you can tell, I kind of love the elfin fairy look. So what I do is I pluck off the edges of my eyebrows, and I use one of these little disposable razors to do like the tops of them. So I'll kind of shave off this. So my eyebrows are really thin. I kind of, yeah, pluck them into almost non-existence. If you're curious about taking off the ends like I do, but you're not sure if you want to commit to it, I would definitely recommend shaving, not plucking, because plucking can make your hair go away forever, which is what I want, but it might not be what you want. So yeah, so yeah, I wanted to first show you how I do my eyebrows, and hopefully that can help, because yeah, I just find it can really dramatically change your face. So I'm gonna do the first one off camera, and then I'll do the second one and show you how I did it. Okay, see you soon. Okay, hi, I'm back. So I've done this one. I like to keep them pretty thin and simple. It kind of depends on the eye look I'm doing. So if I'm doing like a really dramatic wing, I'll probably bring it out further. I have considered getting them microbladed or like tattooed on, but I haven't committed yet because I like changing them. But that's definitely like a option for anyone. Like if you do this tail thing and then you're like, yeah, that's how I want to look, you can just get it tattooed on. I'm curious if anyone has done that before. I haven't, but I'm interested in it. Okay, I'm gonna list all the products in the description below. I'm gonna try and remember to like tell you guys, but I'll probably forget. So what I use for the ends, because I like touch my face a lot, I like sweat, and like I don't want half my eyebrow gone during the day without me realizing. This product is my holy grail. I love it so much. So it's Colorstay semi-permanent brow ink, if you can see that. And this stuff stays on for days. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but you can wipe it and nothing happens. This is amazing, especially like in the summer, like if you want to be like going to the pool or like, I don't know, whatever you want to do, getting sweaty and gross and fun, but you still want to wear makeup and you don't want it to budge, definitely use this stuff. I will also use this as eyeliner, like especially as a wing. So often in the summer, my makeup is basically just like a very simple like concealer here and there, this eyebrow and this, and I'm good to go. So definitely recommend trying this. It does dry really fast, and if you can be hard, it's hard to remove, so you need to kind of like scrub it a little bit with like a strong makeup remover if you want it gone. So what I recommend if you're just starting with this, I actually just ran out, but getting like a thin, this is eyeliner, but getting a thin brow pen, and just shaping out, mapping out really thin there, so then if you kind of mess up the shape, you can take it off, and then putting this over top. So that's what I used to do. So yeah, put this on the ends, and then just took a brown eyeshadow. I don't necessarily recommend this. This was really cheap drugstore stuff, but I just take this brown on a little angled brush and go like that. But anyway, I'm gonna show you all of this. I just wanted to try and like explain it first. Okay, so here we go. It's like a, yeah, nice little thin applicator. I always kind of struggle with my eyebrows because they are definitely not even, and it's not always the easiest thing to do, but I've gotten better over the years. Okay, yeah, so just a little thin. I usually don't put this all the way through my eyebrows because it's really strong, and I don't want like a really strong like drawn on look. It is a little weird for me to try and film and do makeup at the same time, so I apologize if this is like rambly or scattered or anything. Yeah, doing my best. So yeah, take a little bit of this, dust it off, and then carefully drag this through. I do find that the that brow product, it dries kind of shiny. So I usually like to drag, once it's dry, just drag a little bit of eyeshadow over top of it to mattify it. So my eyebrows are also pretty far apart, and I kind of like that. I don't bring them too close together, but I do fill in the insides just a bit. Yeah, kind of like that. And one thing you can do if you are not completely happy with the shape, but you don't want to wipe them all off, you can just get a concealer on a, I don't have it with me, just get a concealer on a thin little brush, and you can kind of like go around them to clean them up and make them perfect. So yeah, that's that. Maybe not the best I've ever done, but yeah, that's basically what I do. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is just a simple brown, like a little wing. So this, again, I don't necessarily recommend. It's just drugstore stuff. I do drugstore as much as I can. I don't have a lot of money to spend on fancy makeup, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend this because this slides around and smears off a lot. So I recommend getting something that's like longer lasting. I do find Revlon Colorstay, that line in general, is like pretty good. That's the one I have for this little eyeliner pen. So that stuff usually works pretty well. But anyway, this is what I have right now. So this is what I'm gonna use. Yeah, so I'll go off camera and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so yeah, this is like my most basic eye look ever. So maybe if I'm, I don't know, like run into a grocery store, I want to like put something on, make myself feel extra nice, but I don't want to like commit to very much. This is what I do. So basically just take this pen, I kind of like open my eyes wide and I really try and get it in to the lash line and like along the waterline, like that. And the one thing I wanted to mention is that I have a bit of unevenness in my eyes because of my surgery that I had last year. And it's really common, I've found, like when talking to other people with BPS, to have eyes that are a little uneven, or like one's a bit bigger than the other, or has more muscle strength or something. And that's something that you can kind of, maybe not correct, but just sort of even out a bit with makeup. So, and it'll be different for everyone. For me personally, this eye goes a little higher here, where this one's more down. So I'll make this eyeliner just slightly thicker here. And then, sorry, my voice is like really bad right now, I can tell. And this part kind of droops down a little bit lower than this part. So if I'm putting makeup on the lower part, which I'll show you later, I make this go down just a little bit more. So basically you can kind of like custom tailor it to suit your face. So I bring that out just a little bit. Yeah, and then I take the same brush and eyeshadow I used for my eyebrows. You can do different. You can do this in black if you want. I just find personally brown, it's just a bit of a softer look if you don't want anything too dramatic. I've actually, I only used to always use black, but I've been getting into brown a lot more. It is a little strange for me to be doing one eye then the other. Normally what I do is just go back and forth. It's a little weird to recreate it, so I might just kind of go back with this one and try and even them out a little bit. So just kind of like blending, smoking it out a little bit, just making it nice and soft. Yeah, like that. So I can build onto this in a couple different ways. One of my favorite things to do is to add a little kind of V shape in the inner corners of my eyes. I do this a lot. I love the way that it makes my eyes look. So normally what I would do is I would use the same stuff because it doesn't budge. Because I'm doing a bunch of different makeup looks right now and this will not come off, I'm just gonna use this for demonstration purposes, but I recommend using the other one. So what I do is hopefully I'm all in frame. Okay. Just a little V in the inner corner like that. And you can see, like, maybe I'll stand back a little bit. You can see already how much it changes. It really brings the eyes in a bit. So it's like a very simple, subtle thing, but I feel like it makes a really big difference. I personally love the way that it looks. And I've played around with this before, where before I had the surgery, which I had done for kind of like necessary health reasons. I'm happy to make a video about my surgery if anyone's interested. Before I had the surgery, I had more like upwards epicanthal folds, and sometimes I did like these V shapes up, just like for fun, you know, to like enhance my features rather than trying to hide them. Like that's like kind of my philosophy with makeup, is not trying to make myself look like normal or whatever, because that's obviously not going to happen anyway, but just like enhancing what I already have and kind of, yeah, enhancing my uniqueness. So that's that. You could also leave it here. I like doing under eyes. Often I'll do that if I'm if I want a little bit more of a bold look. And often I'll also use this stuff again, but I will show you here. So there's different ways of doing this. What I usually like to do is I kind of follow the line here underneath my waterline. Hopefully you can see that. But then when I get out here, It's kind of a dull pencil. I bring it out. So my eye ends here, but I drag it out this way. Like that. And I usually don't connect them. This isn't my most precise makeup ever because this is not usually the pencil I would use. But hopefully it gives you an idea. Like that. So what I find by leaving this open like this, it really kind of elongates and draws the eye out. And so if I'm doing this, I probably then end up making this one a little bit thicker and longer. Like that to kind of even things out. Kind of like that. So I'm just going to quickly do the other side so you can see how it looks. Okay, so that's how that looks. And it's pretty subtle, so I'm not sure if you can notice, but like I was saying before, I ever so slightly drew this line a little bit lower and this one a little bit higher, which when I kind of lean back, it kind of evens out the difference in my eyes. And it's really subtle. I'm just like a very picky person personally. So yeah, that's that. This is something you can do. I mean, you can really do it in any color. I haven't like experimented with wild colors yet, but you could do that, do it in black or whatever. Yeah, so that's that. I will do the next one and come back to you soon. Oh, I forgot to add that I would do mascara normally. I'm not going to do it because I'm just wiping my makeup off, so there's no reason to, and it's not really anything special. My favorite is L'Oreal Telescopic. This is like another holy grail one for me because my eyelashes are so sparse and so short. And this is the only mascara I've found, and I've even tried more expensive stuff, that actually like lengthens them and doesn't get all clumpy and weird. Definitely recommend this stuff. So yeah, I would normally do that. Okay, I just put on a podcast and zoned out and totally forgot that I was filming. Just kind of got into the zone. So yeah, for some reason I did this eye first and then I started on this one and then remembered. So yeah, this is like my personal favorite makeup look is like a long elongated black cat eye. It's like my signature. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. It's just like whatever. So what I use is this one is the Voluminous Superstar liquid eyeliner from L'Oreal. I always use a felt tip pen and one that has like a fine point like that. I don't use regular liquid eyeliner, or I also don't use a pencil for the actual wing. So for me personally, like I've experimented a lot and it's the felt tip liner that always works the best for me for the wings. However, what I do, so I use this for the inner corner as well. What I do is I take this Revlon Colorstay micro pen. This one is a little pencil, and that's what I use for like the inner upper lash line to really get in there, because this stuff will kind of like smear around or like get in my eyes or something. And this lasts like a long time. So yeah, I will just continue showing you on this side. So I always start with just doing this line. I'm gonna turn it over here so you can maybe see better. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm left-handed, so that might not help. So I just do a line here. And I personally like to keep it really thin on the inside and then make it thicker on the outside. My personal taste is I like elongating my eyes, but I like keeping I can't remember if it's called the Telecanthus, or it's one of the BPES acronyms, is the eyes being kind of droopy. And I just like personally, I really like that look. I like that kind of like droopy, sleepy look. I don't know. It's something that I always try and accentuate rather than go over. But if you really want wide ones, you can like go up like this and make it more like rounded. That's like totally something you do. This is kind of almost running out. Okay, so just continue on here. And why I usually go back and forth, I find it's easier than drawing one perfect wing and then trying to recreate it, kind of like I'm doing now. So normally I go back and forth, do a little bit here, a little bit there. And especially when you're starting out, like, don't be afraid to just experiment, and you won't get it right away, and then just use a makeup wipe and wipe it off. Oh yeah, I use these Neutrogena ones. Swipe it off, try again. It's just makeup. It's lots of time for experimenting. Okay, and yeah, sorry, this is really not working that well. Yeah, you also can leave it like this without the inner corner, but it's just something that I personally really like the look of. So if I'm doing like a black liner, I will pretty much always do that. And so the inner corner. And again, because of the unevenness in my eyes, I do have the liner thinner here and a bit thicker here to kind of even it out. But that will obviously be like unique to each person. Okay. Yeah, okay, good enough. And then I take this little Revlon pencil and then go in right here. Just kind of make sure that's all nice and dark. Okay, so again, you can just leave it like this if you want. I will show you what I would normally do to finish this, because I used to never do this. I used to always just leave it like this, but I like putting stuff on the lower lids, and I have lately been liking, oh gosh, I forget what it's called. The Asia, like Douyin, where they kind of make it a little droopy down here. I just think that looks really cool. So that's what I will often do. So I'll show you that. Okay, so I did the same under eye thing with this pen this time. Dragged it out a little bit more, and I forgot to say what I also do is I take a matte black eyeshadow and I go over mostly just the tail and kind of smoke that out a little bit. And it's kind of like blurring the edge and kind of just bringing it out a bit. Like that. So yeah, I'm gonna take this. I definitely would recommend using one of these really fine ones. Just makes like these very detailed, precise things a lot easier. I'm not sure if that's super even. This is just a bit weird to do it on camera, because normally when I do my makeup, oh yeah, sorry, I'm just taking more of that eyeshadow now. Normally when I do my makeup, I'll like put a podcast on or music or something and kind of zone out. It's like a really meditative practice for me. So to kind of be like consciously aware of what I'm doing just makes it kind of weird. But hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, like that. Just gonna go back in here and accentuate that one. Try to even them out a little bit. Okay. This isn't perfect, but I'm not gonna try and focus on making it too perfect. So yeah, that's another look. And you can also close this up. Actually, I'll probably just show that. But I like keeping this open. I just think it is kind of a cool look, but I mean, everyone's different. So yeah, I'm just gonna wipe a little bit off and then show you what it looks like if you close it. So 1 second. Okay, yeah, so this is something I will also often do. Hopefully you can kind of see the difference between the two. I don't think I'm gonna show you the other side. It's pretty simple. Basically what I did, just wipe a little bit of this off, connect it, blend it out. So yeah, it's kind of up to you on what you prefer. The next thing I'm going to show you is something I like doing. It's definitely more of like a bold look, but is, because right now along my waterline is white, and that really helps make your eyes look bigger. But if you want more of like an intense like gothic look, you can fill in this waterline here. So I'm going to do that and come back. Okay, so that's that. This isn't normally an everyday look for me. It's more like if I'm like going out dancing or like want like a really bold look, but I don't know, sometimes I wear it during the day. So what I use for this, I find personally neither of these really work that well for my lower lash line. I definitely get like watery sensitive eyes. What I would recommend is a gel eyeliner. I don't personally have that, but what I do have is this Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. So it's actually meant for eyebrows, but it's really dark. So this is just what I use, and it works fine for me, but it's kind of expensive, and probably eyeliner, gel eyeliner would work better. Sorry. But yeah, this is what I use. So I just kind of load this up on my angled brush and just go in. To get quite a bit. Like that, and then just keep bringing it down. Basically like that, and then I will go in with this pen and just touch up the inner corner. Like just bring it down a little bit more. Like that. Another product that's super awesome is, okay, the label completely came off, but this is NYX, I think it's called Epic Wear. And this is kind of like the eyeliner version of this. This will last like forever, so long. I don't normally wear it because I actually want to be able to take my makeup off. I just realized these aren't super even right now, but it's okay. But yeah, if you want to be like partying all night and you want to have like makeup like this, especially in the inner corners and the wings, I would sometimes use this to do that, and then you know that your makeup isn't gonna budge, but that's not usually my like everyday thing. Okay, I will show you something else. Okay, I just wanted to show you some possibilities for like graphic eyeliner. I'm not gonna like show myself doing them because it's basically, yeah, you can draw lines on your face wherever you want. I just went back to like a simple cat eye with nothing on the lower lids, and just, I don't know, kind of messed around with different things. Like, I do all kinds of different stuff, just drawing stuff on my face with eyeliner, and it's fun. Yeah, I definitely recommend trying it out and like just having fun, seeing what you can do. I don't usually do something on my upper lids. I kind of just like the smooth look. But sometimes I'll do something like this, and if I want to kind of create the illusion of a crease or like cut crease makeup, I'll like do this, sometimes in brown, sometimes not this bold. I'll take some eyeliner and then kind of smoke it out in the corner, so I did want to just show that. Kind of just, yeah, smoking it out. Like that. And I'm not gonna get too crazy with blending and stuff because otherwise this video is gonna be so long. Yeah, kind of like that. And sometimes I'll kind of smoke this inner part here as well. This can really help if you're really wanting to create the illusion of like eyes as big as possible. Something like this would help, and then would be making this thicker here. There you go. And then like doing stuff on the bottom as well. That's a possibility. I'm gonna get into eyeshadow next, so I'll be back. Okay, so my eyes are starting to get a little irritated from wiping all this makeup off, so I think this will be the last stuff I do. And I'm just gonna do a different eyeshadow look on each eye. I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm just gonna wing it. I usually do. Maybe what I'll start with is something that I've been getting into lately. I always do my my eyeshadow first and then my eyeliner after, because I'll often kind of mess up the eyeshadow or want to change things around and I don't want to like completely redo my whole eye. So I will always start by priming my eyelids by putting a concealer on, blending that out, and then going in with like a loose powder and putting that on top. That just creates a good base for your eyeshadow to properly stick. So something that I've been liking doing lately, and this is what I did in the last post I did for on the BPES page. I don't know if people saw that or in the Facebook group or not, but so I will take a shimmery color. This is an ancient drugstore palette. I don't necessarily recommend it. I just got it because it was cheap and it had a whole bunch of different colors, so that's what I still use. I'm taking a very shimmery shade. I used to never do shimmers. I thought it wouldn't work on my eyes, but I've been having fun with putting it like just in the inner corner like that. Yeah, like that, and then just blending it out. And just like, and then doing eyeliner as normal. And I don't know, there's just something I like about just having like a little pop of color right there. I think it's kind of cool and it's kind of unique. I don't see a lot of other people doing that, like just right there. So that's fun. Maybe I'll show you more of like a gradient look then, I guess, going off of that. Yeah, so okay, I'll take like a darker, so messy. I'll take a darker like green kind of teal color, pat that on the brush, tap it off a little bit, and then I'll go in on the outer corner. Oh, that is not picking up at all. You know what? I'm just gonna use my finger. Probably work better. There we go. Pat it on like that. I actually do a lot of my eyeshadow with my fingers. I find it blends out pretty well. The other thing is like I have my base makeup on, a little bit of concealer and stuff. I recommend if you're going to do something like this, do it before anything else if you're going to wear foundation or anything, because there's usually a lot of fallout, like it falls onto your cheeks and then it's just a mess. So I would usually do that. Like that, and then I'll maybe do a color in between, like more of a true green in the middle. And then I feel like maybe you're not being able to see this super clearly with the, I'm gonna try and use the phone as a mirror. I'm not sure how well that will work, but that might help. So yeah, I have this color, and then this color, and then I take a clean finger and kind of just blend it all together. This is not my most, I will often take a really long time to like perfectly blend eyeshadow, so this is just a really quick one. Then I'll take a clean, fluffy brush, go over the top and just blend that out. Something like that. And then you could put like whatever eyeliner you want on top of this. I like that. Let me just think about what I'm gonna do for the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is far from my best work. It's a little lopsided, but as just didn't want to spend too much time on it. So I remembered I wanted to show you guys how to use fake eyelashes. So I just did the same thing on this side, added liner, and you'll see what I usually do if I'm doing a bunch of color here. I'll add a little bit on the bottom just to kind of even it out. Yeah, so I wanted to show you how to use fake eyelashes. Mine, I've already used them before, so they're not in a box, but I try and get ones that are pretty wispy and not too long. There's a little hair in here. And I find ones that have a really flexible, it was just kind of hard to tell. I just use the ones from Shoppers Drug Mart. I'm in Canada, so that's what I use. I find if you see a really thick black band, then that usually means it's less flexible, or like really cheap ones might not be the best. Yeah, just trial and error. And I always cut a little bit off the larger side, not the smaller one, the larger one, to fit my eye shape. Okay, so I use some lash glue on, and you just want to coat it, like, don't overload it, but make sure you get it pretty well. And I always add a little bit extra to each corner because that's where it's most likely to come up. And I let this dry for like 30 seconds, a minute, until it becomes like slightly clear. So I'll just be back in a sec. Okay, it's been about a minute. Kind of looks like this. The biggest thing that I feel like new people, the mistake is that they try and put it on right away, and if the glue's super wet, it's just gonna make a huge mess. So it needs to be kind of slightly clear, not all the way. I hold it in the middle, and I put it on the middle of my eye first, and then I stick down the corners. So I have to kind of like look up, let my eye droop a little bit. And normally I would put a mascara on first, let that dry, and then do this. I don't have mascara on because it's just more to wipe off, but yeah. So go like this. And you get it on top of your eyelashes, but like as close to them as you can. And then we'll often use the end of a makeup brush to get the inner corners, but I just get everything stuck down. And then kind of use this to stick this down right here. And often if I'm doing like a big bold look, I might stick this on the outer corner a bit higher and like a bit wider, like have them be longer to kind of help elongate it, but this is just like how I normally would. And then you just spend some time kind of gently pressing them down, pressing them in. The inner corners I find the trickiest and the one that like is most likely to come up. Like that. And I will be right back with the other one. Okay, so that's that. Sometimes what you need to do is go back in with your eyeliner if there's any little gaps. Like there's slight little things that I could go over here, but I'm just not gonna bother with that. Yeah, and you just make sure they're really well stuck down, like that. I love, yeah, maybe you should see from the side. Helps, maybe? I don't know. I love fake eyelashes. I mean, I don't wear them every day, but because my eyelashes are so sparse, hardly exist. There's like 3 of them. Especially if it's a bolder makeup look, like they will just get completely lost. So I think it's fun to wear. And it's really not hard. Like the first couple times you do it, you're like, oh my God, what the heck am I doing? This is so difficult, but it's really easy once you get used to it. Yeah, I was just thinking like final thoughts, tips, stuff. One thing I didn't show right at the beginning, because I don't usually do this, but if you want to have your just like simple brown eyeliner, but you want to kind of give the illusion of a crease, you can kind of just go in with a brown eyeshadow and an angled brush, and you just shade on the outside like this, more heavy here, and then fading it into here like that, and then blend it out. I'm not gonna bother taking everything off and putting it on again. I hope that that's clear. I personally find if I put dark eyeshadow all over my lid here, like on the inside, it really is just not flattering. And I mean, makeup is so personal, like whatever you like is awesome. For me personally, I find that putting it here just doesn't look good, so I always focus it here and extending my eye. I really like trying to give the illusion of like more length here. You could also put things, depending on like your own anatomy, you could put a little bit like here. I don't know. Makeup is fun. I just hope that this gives you some ideas of things to do. And I've had the kind of interesting relationship with makeup where I definitely used to rely on it when I was younger, to help me feel like more confident in myself. And I've gotten to a point now where I'm perfectly comfortable like going out of the house without makeup. I just also feel like I'm just like, as you can tell, I'm kind of an alternative person, and I feel like I love makeup as a way of expressing myself, but I also hope that people can find their own inner strength and confidence, and to be able to see your eyes as beautiful as they naturally are, because I think BPS is so beautiful. I really do, and it really hurts my heart to hear negative stories that people have. Like, I've heard some really hard things that people have gone through. And I guess if you're a younger person watching, what I would want to say is that it's funny how when you're young, people will pick on you or make you feel bad for being different, and then you grow up, and sorry, I'm so sick, and everyone's trying to differentiate themselves and make themselves unique and have that like specific thing. And it's like, you already have that. You naturally are different and beautiful, and like you're not gonna fit in with the crowd or like be forgettable or whatever. But I think it's to be different in this world and to be unique and to have something that's special to you. That's something that a lot of people will try desperately to get, you know, and you already have it. I think BPS is so beautiful, and I hope that people can come into themselves and be able to see themselves as beautiful, because I think we are. And yeah, anyway, I'm sure this is a very long video at this point, so I will leave it there. Thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions or ideas for other videos you want to see, like I pretty much can only commit to things like this. It is like very little editing, very long, rambly. I just definitely can't be like the perfect YouTuber. That's just not me. But I'm happy to talk about like more of my experiences or like different makeup looks, or I don't know, whatever you want to hear. Just let me know in the comments. Okay, bye!